Angry guy here, and women are furious that friend zone men are rejecting them. Help get this channel to 100,000 subscribers by subscribing to the channel if you already haven't, liking the video, and turning on notifications to never miss another video ever again. Now let's begin. So women are furious that friend zone men are rejecting them. Let's just go ahead and jump right into the first video.
Either of you ever been friend zoned by a guy, and if so, how'd that make you feel?
A couple times when I was younger, made me feel pretty bad. Yeah, pretty insecure.
I was actually friend zoned by my boyfriend, but we're now dating.
I don't know if I've been friend zoned, but I feel like sometimes it's hard to tell if they're flirting with you or just like trying to be friends. And we actually were just talking about this. I feel like if a guy is not like flirting with you directly, then they're just trying to be friends.
Do you think men and women can be just friends?
No.
I do. I think you can just be friends. Well, no, I do. I really do.
If you asked your best straight single guy friend if he'd date you or hook up, what do you think he would say?
I mean, in my experience, yes, maybe, yeah.
Say yes.
So then you can't be friends.
Okay, I think girls can be friends with guys, but I don't think guys can just be friends with girls.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
So is it true that women tend to set the boundaries of a relationship, whether you're going to be friends or more than friends?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree.
So really what they're getting at is this, guys. They're basically trying to illustrate that when women friend zone a guy, they're basically going to use him for his utility. So he's going to buy them meals, spend time with them, provide them with the benefits of a girl being with a boyfriend, but he's not going to get the same things that a girlfriend would get out of the relationship. Because you have to remember that attention is a currency for a woman. So you have to be very careful with the attention that you give to a woman, because once she knows that she has your attention, then she's going to basically monkey branch to every other guy. So you have to let her know that your attention and your time and your resources are valuable. So you're not going to give her that for free. On the other hand, when it comes to, guys being friends with a girl, because when a girl friend zones a guy, she's getting access to his resources, to his attention, to his time, to his money. So she's getting all the benefits of having a boyfriend, but he's getting none of the benefits of having a girlfriend. When a guy friend zones a girl, it's different, because he's going to get access. A guy will friend zone a girl, but he will still be physically intimate with her. So a girl is never actually friend zoned. She's just F zoned. In other words, she's placed in a physical intimacy zone where a guy, he will only be physically intimate with her, but he's not going to give her the benefits of having a boyfriend. In other words, he's not going to give her his attention, his time, and his money the same way a guy in a girl's friend zone would. So this guy will basically, he's the one setting the boundaries of the relationship. He's basically setting the terms of the relationship. When a girl friend zones a guy, she's setting the terms of that friendship. When a guy friend zones a girl, he's setting the terms of that friendship. In other words, a girl will say, okay, so you're going to give me everything a boyfriend would give me, and I'm going to give you, but I'm not going to give you what a girlfriend would give you. But on the other hand, when a guy sets the boundaries, when a guy sets the friendship, the guy is saying, okay, so you're going to give me everything that a girlfriend would give me, but I'm not going to give you everything that a boyfriend would give you. In other words, a situationship. So situationships basically benefit guys versus girls. And of course, a situationship can, a lot of girls, they end up in situationships today, and it's not a relationship. They're not in a committed relationship, but they're still doing kind of the things that people in a relationship would do without any commitment. So they'll spend time together, but the guy is not invested in her. So he's not going to invest in her the way that a guy would invest in a girl. The expectations to spend money on her are not there, but he's also going to benefit from being able to get physical with her. And the irony is that he's like a guy in a situationship will typically have more access to physical intimacy than most guys in actual relationships. It's crazy, but that's really how it works.
So it's totally fine if you want to friend zone somebody. By all means, if you want to get rejected and then stay friends with them, that's like your prerogative. For me personally, I'm don't really care to be friends with men, if that makes sense. I'm 29 years old. I'm not getting any younger. I'm here being very, very intentional. So if you're not interested in me, like that's totally fine. Like, cool, no problem. But like for me, like we just don't need to speak. He's not my friend. We are not friends. We are at most acquaintances. We do not speak outside of the gym. Only time that we speak is coming up to me and saying hi. For me, I just feel like it's awkward where if I've gone out of my way to like shoot my shot and it's uncomfortable that like, okay, you rejected me, cool, fine, whatever. But like, we don't have to like talk to each other in the gym. It makes me feel weird.
You see how messed up that is, guys? So she's 29 now, and I guarantee you that she had plenty of relationships in the past, but these were likely very casual hookups. And now that she's older, she's feeling pressure to start a family, to have children. Guys, this is where the streets lead. These are the consequences of the streets. Now she's saying that she can't be friends with a guy because she's very intentional. I 100% guarantee you that she will be friends with a guy if it's on her terms. So if she finds a guy that will give her his attention, his time, and his money without accepting without expecting physical intimacy, that's the friend zone. So she'll put him in the friend zone, and she'll have a dozen different guys in there. But at this point in her life, she's finding it more and more difficult to find those guys, because the guys that she's running into are guys that want to friend zone her. And the friend zone, for when a man puts a woman in the friend zone, like I said, it's a whole different story. It's not a friend zone, it's an F zone. In other words, he'll be physically intimate with her, but he will not give her the same benefits of a woman being in a relationship with a man. For example, he's not going to give her his attention, his time, and his money in the same way that he would give that to a girl who he was in an actual committed relationship with. So basically, it's a situationship. It's not serious, and they're both looking for different people. And I guarantee you, she's been in plenty of these situationships, and they've all gone nowhere. And that's likely why she's like this at this point, because she's now looking for someone who's going to provide for her, take care of her, give her their utility, and in return, she will trade physical intimacy. That is her only bargaining chip at this point. And this is what happens when people don't work on themselves and when they throw away the best years of their life. A woman should be looking for a guy as soon as she turns 18. She should start working towards finding a guy that she can settle down with. A woman should be planning, she should be looking for a guy when she's in her 20s or in her teens and early 20s, versus even remotely thinking about going to medical school, for example. That's something for most women that should come after she's started her family and everything else. I remember many years ago, I met this woman at the bank, and this woman was absolutely gorgeous. I believe she had to have been in her 40s or maybe in her late 30s. She was absolutely gorgeous. She may have been in her late 30s or early 40s. And she said, I was talking to her, and she said, I asked her if she had kids and whatever. And she, what she said to me? She said that, she's just starting her career now. And I said to her I said, really? And she goes, yeah. And she's like, but I'm done raising my kids. I'm like, what do you mean you're done raising your kids? She said, I already had my kids and they're already grown. And she was Mexican, but she was she was either in her late 30s or early 40s. She looked absolutely gorgeous, and she was now just starting her career. But the thing is that her kids were all grown. She had already had her kids were already grown, and now she was working on her career and building a career. She already had her family. She already raised her kids. I mean, her grandkids, she may have had grandkids by that point, or the grandkids were on the way, and she was done. So she had already laid that foundation for her future. And that's the way it's supposed to be with most women. There are exceptions. For example, I know Mayumi, she is a physician, but keep in mind, The thing with Mayumi is a bit interesting. Mayumi became a doctor evidently at a pretty young age. I don't know how it works in Japan, but she got her medical degree pretty young, and then there was a relationship with her husband. Like she basically was able to find balance there. And I know for in a heartbeat she would leave being a physician and everything else if she had to choose her family over her medical practice. I already know that about her. I can 100% say that she would leave medicine if it came to prioritizing her family or her medical practice. A lot of women, however, would prioritize their career, and it's absolutely unfortunate. And we see that in Western society. We know that as a fact because that's what happens. Most women, they don't even bother focusing on starting a family. They've tried to prioritize a medical career and they end up with nothing in the end, and then they want to cry and holler about it on social media, and they become absolutely bitter. And as you can see, the woman that I showed you, this is bitterness because she messed around and she found out. Guys, help get this channel to 100,000 subscribers by subscribing to the channel if you already haven't. Like the video and turn on notifications to never miss another video ever again. Women are furious that friend-zoned men are rejecting them. What do you guys think regarding this? Let's talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.